Just moments ago, Britain witnessed the kind of political shock that could define an entire generation. A fierce, unstoppable wave of rebellion, tearing through the Labour Party from the inside out. In a move no one thought would happen so publicly, a group of senior Labour MPs has crossed the floor to join Reform UK, igniting a firestorm that is now sweeping across Westminster and shaking every corner of the country's political establishment. What began as quiet frustrations whispered behind closed doors, complaints about Keir Starmer's cautious, overly polished leadership, has erupted into an outright mutiny. For months, the tension had been building like a pressure cooker. MPs held hushed meetings late into the night, grumbling that Labour had drifted too far into vague centrist slogans, while ignoring the everyday struggles of the working class, who once carried the party to victory. They watched, increasingly furious, as Starmer dodged questions on critical issues: immigration, national security, economic decline, and tried to hold the party together with carefully scripted statements that seemed to please no one. Now, with these high-profile defections, the crisis is no longer theoretical, it is raw, immediate, and explosive. Inside Labour headquarters, aides are in a state of pure alarm. Phones are ringing off the hook. Emergency meetings are underway. Some MPs are refusing to even attend the discussions, either out of disgust or fear that they might be the next target of public outrage. According to insiders, the atmosphere is tense to the point of collapse, with rival factions trading blame over who let things get this far. Out in the country, reactions have been just as extreme. Reform UK supporters are celebrating like they've already won the next election, calling this a moment of long overdue reckoning for a party they say betrayed its own people. They claim Labour abandoned the industrial towns that formed its backbone and lost the courage to stand for anything real. On social media, the backlash has gone nuclear. Hashtags like #StarmerCrisis, #LabourCollapse, and #Defections2025 are trending everywhere, fueled by viral videos of defecting MPs blasting Labour for forgetting its soul. Constituents who once voted loyally for Labour now feel cheated and furious that the leaders they trusted have either walked away or stood by doing nothing. Meanwhile, Starmer is trying to put on a brave face. He has issued stiff, carefully worded statements insisting the party will recover stronger and more united than ever. But anyone watching can see that he looks tired, cornered, and unsure of what to do next. Even friendly newspapers that once praised his steady hand are sharpening their knives, accusing him of drifting aimlessly while Labour's foundations crumble. Editorials now ask openly whether he has the courage to lead through this chaos or if the party is doomed to split apart. What makes this moment so dangerous for Labour is that Reform UK is not just a protest movement anymore. Under Richard Tice's leadership, and with Nigel Farage whispering strategy in the background, Reform has transformed itself into a real political force. Their message is direct: defend Britain's borders, protect working class jobs, restore national pride, and crush the political elites who have forgotten ordinary people. This simple, defiant tone is landing like a hammer among voters who feel ignored by the establishment for years. It's not just policy, it's a promise that someone finally sees their struggles. Reform UK's rallies are getting bigger and more passionate, filled with people who would have never imagined voting for them a few years ago. Videos of these events are going viral, overshadowing Labour's tired press conferences and cautious interviews. Even Conservatives are watching nervously, realising that Reform is siphoning their voters too. Inside Parliament, the impact is immediate and brutal. Legislative sessions are now marked by walkouts, tense speeches, and unpredictable votes. Labour's leaders are scrambling to prevent more MPs from defecting, but whispers suggest that this is only the beginning. Some insiders claim more resignations are imminent, and no one seems certain how to stop the bleeding. The very identity of the Labour Party is on the line. Should it cling to a moderate, technocratic image, or take a hard swing back to the traditional, working-class language that once made it strong? Senior Labour figures are bitterly divided. Some argue that doubling down on centrist positions is political suicide, while others warn that swinging too far back risks alienating millions of urban middle ground voters. And in this chaos, Reform UK is seizing every opportunity. They are using simple slogans that resonate with people's anger and sense of betrayal. They are promising clear answers where Labour offers caution. They are framing themselves as the voice of real Britain, one that is tired of empty promises and endless scandals. For voters who feel forgotten, that promise is powerful. For decades, Labour and the Conservatives took turns holding power, certain that no upstart party could ever challenge their dominance. Today, that certainty has evaporated. The old two-party system is fracturing before our eyes. Political loyalties built over generations are dissolving. Millions of people are rethinking everything they believed about who represents them. The stakes have never been higher. With a general election approaching, Labour is no longer just fighting to win, it's fighting for survival itself. Starmer's leadership is being challenged not only by external opponents, but from within his own ranks. Many MPs now openly say they no longer trust him to lead them through this storm. Others fear that the damage is already irreversible. In working-class heartlands, once Labour's proudest strongholds, Reform UK is planting flags and winning hearts. It is no longer enough for Labour to call them extremists. That label doesn't stick when your own MPs are joining them. This is no ordinary political squabble. It is a national reckoning, a crisis of faith in the institutions that once felt unshakable. Voters are desperate for something that feels authentic, simple and strong. Reform UK, once dismissed as a fringe protest, is now shaping debates, making headlines and forcing even their rivals to respond to their agenda. For Labour, every day that passes without a clear vision or decisive action makes recovery harder. The next few weeks will decide everything, whether Starmer can unite his party or whether this is the beginning of an unstoppable slide into irrelevance. One thing is certain, British politics will never be the same again.